What's boppin', Jimbo? Welcome to AG&B. This is your no-nonsense, straightforward guide to installing this, the H.A.S kit. Tools you'll need. I highly recommend gloves. Keep yourself protected. Next, you're going to need a jack and jack stands, or give a lift. You want a breaker bar. Also recommend an impact gun. I usually use the impact gun just to zip off the end link bolts, and it helps you in the rear as well, just to spin the rear bolts out of the control arm. Also going to want a torque wrench. Highest torque you're going to need is 165 Newton meters. You're going to want 10 mil, 16, 17 mil. You're also going to want 18 and a 19, as well as a 21. You're also going to want one of these. This is more of a specialty tool. It's called an offset wrench, and I'll show you why. Make sure you have something similar to this that will fit the front struts before you start. You're going to want a ratchet. Also going to want a torque wrench. Highest torque you're going to need is 165 Newton meters. So last but not least, hammer boy. Alright, here we are. H.A.S kit, height adjustable suspension kit for this thing. So let's see how we're looking. So for the front, what you're gonna wanna do is take this bolt out. That is the bolt for the sway bar end link. So that's gonna allow this to come down. So we're gonna start with that. And you also have to take this bolt out. So this is the EDC cap, electric dampening control suspension. So you just pop this out like that. It slides out of there. It's supposed to, there we go. So you see that? So that's what connects in there. I'm gonna put this over here. So this is for EDC only. If you don't have EDC, you don't need to worry about this. It's the little suspension button. And then we got something special for this. There's a tool that BMW uses that is really specific for this. So, oh, and this isn't it. But this is a 16. No, that's not even a 16. Wow, that sucks. And this right here is why you need an offset wrench. Because as you see, you have to hold the top here with the 10 mil. That's the spindle. You have to hold that so it doesn't spin, and then you crack the nut like that, and then you're able to hold both sides.
2 hours later.
That thing's so nice. There's a 928. Now we're gonna support the front control arm. Let me see if I remember. Yep. So on this side is our level sensor. So I'm gonna make sure to unbolt that right now. Alrighty, guys. We're about to do this for the first time. We're literally using a spring compressor, but it's called the jack.
Look, I feel like I should not be standing here.
Check this out, check this out.
Oh, bro, I'm risking my life for this shot.
No, it's fine.
Alright, if Master Tech says so.
Fine. So legit.
About to go boing.
Dude, this is so legit. Now we're trying to get this down. Ow, that's my finger, but the spring. Okay, after much try, the spring is out. Parker brought his M3, and it has the exact same suspension setup as I'm throwing in it right now. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. So we're gonna see what his front setting's at and copy it, because his fitment's pretty good. And I can't see. You see that? Where is he at on the threads? Thanks, Parker. Okay, since I didn't get bump stops, new ones, I got used ones, I'm gonna go ahead and literally cut that nib off right there. Should be enough space. Like this. Alrighty, we also got to take this off. This apparently whole thing's supposed to come off right now. So let's see how that works. Next morning, oh, hello, Jim Bob's. With not having a manual, I wasn't aware of this process, so we gave up when our McDonald's arrived. I got hungry, so I decided to call it a night because we were gonna have to beat this off all night, which I'm used to doing, but I had to do 2, so usually I'm not inclined to like do it twice. Yeah, that's a lot. So we haven't started on this side yet, but what we're doing is, you see this little collar, it attaches to the end link, and the KW kit comes with new ones. So without having a manual, I just thought you just put this shit on. What we're gonna do is beat that part off, and then this replaces it, and then what we're gonna do is slide it. There's a certain measurement, I gotta find it because I don't have a book. You measure down here, and that's where that's supposed to reach. You're almost getting it.
It's going.
I'll brake clean it. Okay. Okay, we're gonna use this like that in a second.
Yeah, I bet my
We're making a little bit of noise.
Love this Sunday morning. It's like
I think you're good.
9
You're
a.m.
good.
Put this on like there. Try to hit that. See if it makes less noise. Oh, no.
I don't think it slides down any further.
It's an official measurement, guys.
Oh my God.
Guys.
Did you not officially measure it?
Bro.
No, just wait.
The official measurement right here. So it's not 2 inches. It's 2.99 inches.
Oh, that's familiar.
Okay. So we're almost there. Big chunker. So they got that spring on. So now we have to put it through that. What in the world? Dude, oh my God, it's like a volcano right now. It's broken through.
For the bottom, bro.
I have this one up here.
Are you a bottom?
No, I'm definitely not. Can you go up a little more? End link is through, and now we're gonna have to zap that mother. Once you have the end link tightened, this is the torque spec for the end link. I honestly just zap it with the impact gun myself, or you can just tighten it till it's tight. And same thing here, you'll feel it. The spindle actually has a point where it can't be tightened anymore. Make sure you don't go past that. I think I did on that side. This top spindle is slightly crooked because I tightened it a little too hard, but didn't affect anything. Just so you know, this is the torque spec. Make sure you connect this correctly. There's 2 pins right there. You can go either way. You can also extend this out a little bit to help you. Give you a little more space. At a weird angle, so you gotta plug it in like that. Everything is in. This side is in. That side is currently going in. I mean, it already looks lower. We got the rear wheels off. Got my little chair. One is gonna be for the shock. This is the rear shock. Second's gonna be for the rear hub. So what this does, you loosen these 2 bolts, it allows this lower control arm here to lower down to get this guy. This is the rear spring. We're gonna lower it down, get the spring out, put the new spring in, boom, that easy. So I got this big breaker bar on here. Not that big, it's actually perfect size. 18, pull up. Just remember, you actually want to get that and jack it up. You're gonna wanna do this in the front and the rear. What it does is it puts tension on the spring, so then once you are ready to have it come out, all you need to do is lower the jack. It lowers the control arm, put a new spring in. Make sure you don't go on the shock, because if you're touching the shock, it'll make it annoying to put that bolt back in later. Okay, so got that bolt out. This is broken loose. Realize it's probably not smart to do it by hand, so we're gonna zap it a little bit with this. I'm just gonna use it to thread it out. Have a wrench on the other side. Yeah, it was much easier with that. Now theoretically, let's slightly lower this guy here. Boom. Now you should be able to lower this with one hand. Just like that. I'm gonna have to use 2 hands there, but you see the spring. Here we have stock rear spring versus the KW. I gotta swap that stuff over. The spring rate of this spring is going to be different. So what people usually have it set at is like halfway. So we can start halfway with this guy, set these guys the same. I will set one of them, whatever side it's gonna be on that side, a little bit higher, like literally a turn higher, just to balance out, you know, driver's seat, yada yada. And it looks like they're both the same, like there's no left and right. One thing you guys don't want to forget about, I almost forgot about, you have a height sensor here on the left rear side. So setting up the rears, you have this pad that comes with the stock spring. You also have this like that. That goes on the top. You actually don't need to use that anymore. Can't. This is what goes into the top now. Slide it in like that, and then this has a bunch of rocks in it, so I just 1, 2. Okay, both rear springs are now in. I just got these 2 bolts in. They just need to be torqued now. On this side, it took way longer because we're having trouble lining up. So you already got the wheel on. Lining up the bottom of the rear hub because that little knuckle has to slide in with the bolt. If you're doing it, you'll understand. On that side, I just figured out what to do exactly and played around with it for about 30 minutes. This side, we just got it first try. You're gonna wanna jack this up, jack it up and down to get it in the right angle. The shock itself will line up super easy. The hard one is this guy. So what I did, stuck this, you want a big punch or a flathead. I put it against the shock with the bolt in, because without the bolt in, it moves around. So tighten it, grab this, you push it out, and it'll make it to where this the rotor comes out just enough. You slide the bolt in and you're good. You want to torque it to spec as well. And in order to do that, you want to lift it up until it's at where it would sit basically with the wheels on, or with it on the floor. So what I do is I jack it up until it just starts lifting up off of this. A little more, because that means it has its full travel. I think it's off of there now. See how that's loose? Now we can torque. So you hold that side, you torque this bolt. This first bolt is going to be 165 Newton meters. The shock bolt is going to be 100 Newton meters. And for the level sensor on that side, you just tighten it until it's snug. You don't want to break it. All right, so the first bolt, the big 21, is going to be 165 Newton meters. That will stop eventually. For the shock, control arm itself actually has thread in it on the other side. So you don't need to hold anything, just, oh my God. I just realized I just did that to 165, it's supposed to be 100. Let's redo that. So 100 now. The rear is now complete. Now I'm gonna put the rear wheels on, take the rear off the jack stands. All right, here we go. I'm kind of scared. How we looking? Sheesh. Pretty good, honestly. Looks good. Let's go get it settled in. And the lip is not, I have space. I'll make it out the driveway, right? Okay, let's see what it settles into. The rear's looking good. Yeah. Look at the rear. This looks crazy. Never forget. Always torque your wheels. So yeah. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
God damn, dude, you're not gonna get out the driveway. What the hell? Come on.
Does it look good?
Damn, my boy. Goddamn. Damn. Wow.
And it hasn't settled yet, so I want to drive it and see what happens.
Perfect.
Dude,
Oh,
you
would
took the lift kit off, bro.
Yeah, dude.
For real.
Why 90 on a
lift
remove lift it?
That's sick. Alright, I want to go make it settle. Alright, we're going to go do the first test drive here with Matt. He's actually a McLaren certified ball tickler. But we're going to go test it out. Alright, we just went down the street and it's already looking so nice. Pro view's a little bit lower. It's a little tilted like this road is, but bro, it looks pretty nice, right?
Yeah, it does look good.
Let's see this side. Hero bumper, all that shit. Dude, it looks fucking so clean. That was it for fucking ball sack in the ass until I shit balls. That was it for this one, boys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully it was helpful. If you want to see more, subscribe, like the video, and enjoy the outro. Peace.